welcome back to Beauty Bee and to my once monthly and occasionally, recently actually, pretty consistently, twice monthly, getting ready with me using my Panda's eyeshadow shades. I'll admit that the eyeshadow is probably going to be the least interesting part of this look today. I'm thinking that it's going to be very bronzy. I have this bronze from Wet n Wild that I'm intending to be sort of the main focus of the look. I've got this reddish orange shade, which I'm having a really difficult time showing, and then quite a bit of other orange stuff just to put all over my face. And we're going to start, I think, with the cheeks because I want to give this some time to set down. This is the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek in Work. It was the Sephora birthday gift last year? Yeah. Which is good because if it was more than last year, that would have been a full 2 years old. And I have used so little of this. It would be really sad if this was 2 years old. And I mean, it already is well on its way to expiration, but you know, even further on its journey towards death. We're just changing tracks on this video. We're getting off that topic. Okay, so I'm just putting that down so that it can set for a while. I'm going to be doing some fake freckles today, and I want to sort of sandwich them in between the milk blush that I just put down and some other blush that I'm going to put on top. I've actually pulled like way too much makeup in front of me right now to do in this video, so we'll see what actually ends up happening. But let's now move to the eyes. I have eye primer down and I have set my eye primer with a beige eyeshadow. So I think let's start by setting up the crease. That seems like a good plan. I'm going to go in with this orange, which is in my Panda's Eyeshadows. And I'm not looking for a really defined crease right now. I want this to just sort of look blown out. So I'm going to use this really big blender brush. I'm just going to get a little bit of that and start to set up that crease. I just want some orange to shine through in the crease to tie this look together. I don't want, you know, definition or anything. I have a crease. I have a very deep crease. I don't need to make it deeper and darker necessarily. I was talking a big game about putting just a little bit on, and that ended up much darker than I intended, but you know what? Instead of trying to fix it to be like what I originally intended, let's just make the other side darker. That seems like a plan. Okay, so that is down. Now for the bronze, which is going to be, I think, the majority of the eye. I'm just going to use my finger with this because why not? I'm going to put that all over the lid, as well as in the inner corner. Because I've already got the orange so far in, I might as well just lean into it. I didn't think about this when I was pulling stuff, but this is going to be very fall looking at the end, I'm guessing. I think this will be strong pumpkin spice vibes, but you know what? That's fine. It'll be like 2015 YouTube probably. 2015, 2014, when the beauty gurus were all like, oh, it's fall from April 1st until January 3rd. Well, I guess there was like a week. Let's say like April 3rd to December 18th because they had to have like a week of Christmas too. which I never got that. Fall is not my favorite season, and also not the point of this video, but we're just putting this blood orange shade in my outer corner, and I think I'm gonna put that under the eye as well. So I'll need to find a smudger brush to do that. 1 second. Got my smudger brush. It was hiding underneath my tripod. Just going to really quick line under my eyes with that. Ooh. That was an interestingly placed line at first, so I guess I'm gonna have to add a little bit to this side as well, just to even things out again. And I think that's the eyeshadow. So, you know, if you were really just here to see the get ready with me using my Panthers eyeshadows, I guess this is the end of the video. See you later. If you're interested in the fake freckles, this is where things are going to get fun. I don't actually have a freckle pen. I know that several different brands have them, but what I think I'm going to use instead are my brow pencils. I have two. I have this, well, they're both from e.l.f. This is just the Instant Lift brow pencil. It's the bigger one, and I have this one in the shade Blonde. I've repurchased so many of these over the years. I think I'm going to start with this. I'm just going to make some dots. I'm not too worried about them looking, well, they're not going to look natural. I'm just going to tell you right now. These are not going to end up looking natural, but I'm not too worried about them looking perfect right now, because there's going to be so much blending on top of these that they will start to look a little bit closer to a naturally occurring phenomenon as I get further along. So that was the bigger brow pencil. I also have one of their really skinny little brow pencils. This is in the shade Auburn. I have not used this in my brows yet because it felt like a knife when I was using it on my hand. Like, I was just swatching it before this video. I've had this for quite a while, but I hadn't actually opened it yet. And it's, wow, that really fine tip, plus being a little bit on the dry side, that's kind of painful. I'm not sure I want that near my eye area. So instead, I'm just going to put it all over my nose. That seems like a good plan. I do think that this is probably a better freckle shade for me, though, than the blonde, which is exciting. Okay, so I look like I have the chicken pox right now, but I think that's going to get better. Hopefully that's going to get better. When I put some blush on top, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Rosé Champagne. I have a Rosé in the Air palette and a Rosé Champagne blush, and I can never keep them straight in my head. I'm just going to take this big blush brush and really get quite a bit of that. I'm going to go over my freckles. And do you see how that just kind of blurred them out a little bit, made the edges a little less defined, and made these look a lot more natural? So, other side, same big deal. I'm going to take a little bit more of the exact same blush. I don't know why I said that so strangely. And hit the ones that I put on my forehead. I feel like taking them a little bit higher really helps to sell the illusion that they might be real, because no one, I mean, not no one, but very few people just have the really cute little dusting of freckles right here. It usually extends out, and they have some on their shoulders or their chest and their forehead. Just, that's how things tend to work. I'm not going to add them to my shoulders because I'm just not that committed, but I think that these are looking okay. If I could go back a few seconds, I would probably not have put it right here. I would probably not have put the biggest one right there, but you know what? I can probably actually just remove that with my finger. Yeah, it's close enough anyway. So next up, I think I'm going to add some lipstick. This is from Dior. This is the shade 100 Nude Look. This is, I guess the eyes are the second least interesting thing on my face. I think the lipstick is probably the most uninteresting. And then I'll add a little bit of this gloss. This is from Beauty For Real. It's just a nude gloss. Just wanted a little bit of shine on my lower lip. So now I'm going to go off camera for a second to put on some mascara and also just assess where my face as a whole is at and what else I might want. And I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so I added my mascara. I think I'm going to go back in with the smaller, more reddish brow pen and just add a couple more little freckles here and there. I'm just gonna tap over those with my finger. And I think that is looking good. Now I'm going to add just a hint of highlight, not even really to my face. I'm not planning on, at least, though that could always change. I think I'm going to focus it mostly on my shoulders. So I'm going to go in with this golden shade from Physicians Formula. This is their Rose All Day Petal Glow, because I guess everyone needs to have a rose all day something. It's such a cringy name for a product. I don't know why so many brands have them. And I'm going to put it on my collarbone as well. And that is too dark, but oh well, I kind of like it. And you know what? Since it's out anyway, I might as well just add some to my face. So, switching brushes. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of the gold and a little bit of this more beige shade. Just hit this curve. And with that, I think that I am done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the way that this turned out. I am really quite fond of it. I think that this is something that I'm going to need to keep in mind for when fall comes around. This is giving me a lot more fall vibes than summer, but you know what? I appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and I really hope that I will see you in the next one. Bye!